Hello everybody and good morning. Good morning I said. Loudly, good morning.
Good morning.
Because when you say loudly, it gives you a positive energy. So once again, good morning.
Good morning.
You're all young. So there is no hesitation, if you raise your sound also when saying good morning. So I welcome you for today's session. What is that session and all, we will develop that session with your help. I remember whenever in school days, my teacher used to give some exercise in language, Marathi, Hindi, English. And that is a very common question which was asked in all paper is essay writing. Whether you have also faced such kind of a question when you were in school, madam? Yes?
Yes, sir.
What was that question?
Is it your thought?
No. Whatever the question you have come across during your school days as an essay writing.
Any topic they give and we have to explain.
Okay. So they used to give some 3-4 topics, and whenever 3 to 4 topics are given, and then one has to choose that topic and write essay. When I further started educating myself in 10th standard, 8th standard, then the marks also started increasing, and it was a very horrible thing. I don't know how you face those exercises. But then marks all of a sudden in 10th standard, it has gone up to some 15 or 20. My God, I said then how I can write this essay for 15 and 20 marks? And then the topics were so different every time. I tried to even remember what they have asked in last October paper, March paper, and then prepared. But then some different topic has come. And then the same exercise she always used to give in a classroom also. What you were doing at that time, I mean to say, when such exercise was given to you with your friends in school, what you used to do, how you used to write an essay?
For 5 minutes I used to sit down only.
Very good.
Just to think what I will do.
Okay. But then of course, I am sure that after 5 minutes, nothing will come out of it. Then what you used to do?
Something I used to write which I don't remember only.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else you want to say?
Discuss with the neighbor person.
Okay, discuss with neighbor person. Nothing more than that. So how actually you used to write that exercise book and hand it over to the teacher? What you used to do?
Textbooks.
Right. So everybody here must have done the same thing. So we are all sailing in a same boat that way. I used to also do the same thing. Dr. Bhavana must be upset being a teacher. So, English teacher, So this exercise always I used to do it like you only. When a particular essay was given, visit to Mahabaleshwar, then I used to open some 2-3 books. If one essay book says author gone to Mahabaleshwar by bus, I used to go by train. In one of the essay, they said that in Mahabaleshwar we stayed in some hotel. Then I used to stay in some cottage. And then I used to give this essay. Am I right? Or I am talking some nonsense? Yes, so good. Good. So, then the exercise book has been given to those all teachers. They used to mark all those things. And then when she brings the whole bundle, she used to comment कि भाई पूरे क्लास में सभी लोग महाबलेश्वर गए थे. शांत रहते थे हम लोग. So next time, please don't copy the essay of each other and also not from some essay book. I'll give you another essay. My God, another essay means finished, gone. Again, same story, same story. Actually, now I realize how is that blunder we used to make. When I guide my students, when I see the research paper submitted, whenever somebody says that no, this is my work, whenever the universities, different universities send the PhD thesis to me for the evaluation, You will surprise even today if I get some 3-4 PhD thesis for evaluation from different universities in India, not from the same university, even their topics are same. Even today, topics are same. Being a management teacher, if I get one thesis where the topic is something relating to the ATM, somebody says that it is relating to some plastic money. Next time somebody says that problems with ATM. Somebody says no, now how they have become customer friendly with ATM, but that ATM never goes from the title. Second, third chapter is also same, no change. And that is what I said, that now is the time to talk something which people are doing and which is not expected, as Dr. Kurade sir in the morning said that ethics comes in the picture. So every time the question comes, even the same teacher of 5th standard, I remember she used to tell me that what is your original contribution? Why you are writing this 10 pages, 5 pages? Why you are not writing even 5 lines which are original? Why you are not writing even one paragraph which is original? And now I recall those all great memories when I am sharing this subject with you. The subject is now this word understanding dash in research. What is this word? I don't want the meaning. How you will pronounce it?
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism. Okay. How you will how you will pronounce it?
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism. Is there any uniformity in understanding the pronunciation? No. And that is what I have chosen the topic. Forget about the topic. There is no uniformity about the pronunciation. Am I right? Am I making any sense when I am talking? See, I promise that I will not waste your 2 hours today. That is 100%. The moment you will find that I am talking something nonsense, please raise your hand. We will go for a cup of tea. And then thereafter straight away home. Because I have no right to waste your single minute. Because it's Sunday. Such a great weekend. And then on the top of it, such a difficult topic of a research. So I have to appreciate your attendance, whether they are 10, 15 or 50. But your enthusiasm and interest and choosing to come here must be given the due credit, which I am giving you a salute for that. And that is what I said. Congratulations. Because I cannot proceed my session without congratulating you, and you are here to attend this session. There are different reasons when I can say. Not only just because you have chosen, you are all researchers. Some of you are the guys, as I have been told by sir. Some of you are the teachers with the experience of 10 to 15 years, but now you are doing your PhD. So mixed participants are there. And that is what I must congratulate you for attending this session. Okay, now just see. What is plagiarism? So I have written the perfect pronunciation and also how it is pronounced. Plagiarism. Can you say? Plagiarism. Loudly, plagiarism. Plagiarism. Yes, it's plagiarism. But it never gives any pleasure to you. Plagiarism. So this is the accepted pronunciation, plagiarism. Now naturally, what is this plagiarism? This plagiarism comes from the Latin word actually. And what does plagiarism means? Kidnapping. Can you imagine? The meaning is kidnapping. So we must be reading every day in Times of India, other papers, kidnapping of some person, small child, girl. Can you imagine kidnapping of the ideas? Can you imagine kidnapping of some 1 or 2 lines of somebody? Can you imagine kidnapping of some full chapter of somebody? Yes, this is happening. And that is what we are all here. So, plagiarism, it's academic dishonesty. So it is called dishonesty. That is what he was referring to the ethics. It's a literally theft. You are really kidnapping, you are really stealing somebody's work, somebody's ideas. And that is what when I used to copy something from the essay book, what I was doing is plagiarism. Oh, great blunder we all used to make. But fine, school days. Of those school days of 1970, 60, 80 somewhere. But nowadays, the teachers are also all aware in all foreign countries. Forget about the PhD, plagiarism and all other things. In foreign countries, even 8th standard, 5th standard also, the students, they know today plagiarism. So those days have gone now. That even in the school also, such things are allowed. And that is what in Singapore, when I had been to give some session to the school children, the teacher said that, sir, now like the higher education, what we do, we ask them to write the essay, but we give them down 5 lines only. It helps us to minimize this plagiarism. Because normally the student, they have the habit of reading those all great essays from Navneet or some major books and all here in India. There they go through the websites and they just simply dump the material without reading it also. Even in our MMS also, MBA also, or even in BMS also, when you give a project, it's a one-night job for the students. We thought that's such a great topic we have given, it will take 1 month, 1.5 months. They said, that's sir, why 1.5 months? It's 1.5 day, and that half day is also for binding. And 1 day is only for project. Kahan hai aap, sir? So today also still the traditions are followed blindly, sincerely I can say rather. So academic dishonesty. So plagiarism, still it is continuing, and that is what now to restrict all those plagiarism. Now everywhere, now a specific space is given for your answers. When such possibility is there that you may likely to borrow, steal somebody's ideas or original work, then there is a restriction. So you cannot cross those limits. Then the question comes, what is then original? Because one has to compare and contrast. When I say plagiarism, then what is original? A natural question comes. And that is what you will see the animation on the left hand side. What is original, which you can on a loudspeaker loudly say that yes, it is my work, is original. And that is what that animation says, that look here, I have done something and then I am telling you all. I am not whispering. But with megaphone I am saying, yes, look here, this is my work, this is I have done. If we have that guts, if you have done something, then it is called as a original, not derived from anything else, but new and unique. Naturally, with these 2 slides, you will come to know, sir, कि ये बहुत ही heavy हो रहा है, ऐसे करेंगे, क्योंकि हम लोग पेपर भी सेट करते हैं, वो भी क्वेश्चन भी किसी के लेते हैं, तो forget about writing the paper and PhD thesis, वो तो बहुत बड़ी बात कर रहे हैं आप सर. हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी भी when they ask me to set the paper, they are so good, they give me last 3 years paper also. So there is no chance of using the creativity. I remember when I used to set the advertising paper, And then one time I have set the paper in the college, not in university, giving them some punchlines and then brand ambassadors and then fill in the blank to identify what is this product, what is this company. My principal said that, sir, don't do it. I said, why? Because I have done it in a class. It's very original, kind of and very creative kind of a thing which I am talking about. He said, no, your HOD will not like it. I said, why? Because he said that it is a creative. So people, they have the habit, to copying. तो आप ऐसे करो, library में जाओ. I was new at that time in this career. Last 2 years के पेपर आप हाथ में ले लो और वहां से कुछ आप पेपर निकालो. See, that is how you will find that why there is a necessity of having such a kind of the session, creating such a kind of the awareness that something new and unique is required today if you really want to proceed. Okay, then how to do it? Is it so difficult? Is it so complicated? Is it so challenging? Let us understand one by one. Now, of course, what we are discussing only the tips of the iceberg. What we have discussed so far is to make both of us to bring on a common platform. Sir has given a platform for this discussion. But now, all of us are on a common platform from where we will now take off. There are different ways of plagiarism. It's not only one, if I do copying of something is plagiarism. Plagiarism takes a different shapes. And that is what we do. We sometimes resort to one or the other way. No, it is also a plagiarism. So what is a plagiarism? There are almost, I can say, 32 to 35 different ways of plagiarism defined in the world. But most common, where the person has done the research that how commonly they plagiarize the thing, that 10 I think or something I have written here. One is to steal and pass off the ideas or words, which is very common. See the order also of another, or language, thoughts, ideas or expressions as one's own. So even you take it, no problem to a certain extent. But people, they go ahead and say this is mine, is the biggest problem. So forget about respecting that person, forget about mentioning that person, forget about mentioning the source, forget about somebody has done and now I am presenting to you. They say, no, ये तो मेरा ही है. Biggest crime as one's own. Because when you write in your PhD thesis, it's your own. That is how almost it is taken. To use another's production without crediting the source is also plagiarism. How to do it, we will come to that particular slide. To present as new and original an idea or product derived from the existing source, failing to put a quotation in quotation marks. People, they have the habit, it's a quotation mark, they remove it and they make a simple statement, assuming that now it's my statement, removing the quotation. No, it's plagiarism. Changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving the credit. Somebody has said, is an IT savvy person to whom I met. He said, sir, मैं 1 घंटे में 2 पेपर बनाता हूँ. 2 पेपर बनाते हैं? How? He said, देखो simple बात है sir. Whatever I get it, I put it in a translator. और ट्रांसलेटर से जो निकलता है वो अपना ही पेपर है. भाई ये तो क्या कैसे करते हैं आप? So people today, they are resorting to these practices also, and then every week they produce 2 papers. Saturday, Sunday this work only, no other work. क्योंकि अभी UGC भी पीछे पड़ गई है, कॉलेज पीछे पड़ गए हैं. भाई आपको असिस्टेंट से एसोसिएट बनना है तो निकालो आपका परफॉर्मेंस. पहले जमाने में परफॉर्मेंस अलग होता था, कितने बच्चे कैसे किए, अभी नहीं कितने रिसर्च किए. All wrong questions they started asking now. उसके बाद में API आ गया, academic performance indicator, वो तो horrifying है, third part of the API. तो ये सब चक्कर में अभी सब लोग पड़ गए, and now you will find that more and more people they are indulging into plagiarism. Don't do it, please. That is what even last week when we had been there to Delhi, while discussing, I was telling them that look here, that don't make all those things compulsory for the teachers. You should make two parts of this API. One is for the newcomers. Second category, those who have completed 5 years, and then the next is those who have completed more than 15 years. Their API, you have to understand from a different perspective. How do you expect that those who are newcomer joined just for 6 months, 1 year, you are comparing to somebody who has completed 15 years? Difficult. So then these all practices start. So plagiarism is not only changing words but copying the sentences, structure of a source without giving credit. So this is a very generic idea of a plagiarism. I hope you are getting me. So plagiarism takes different shapes and size. See now how in the whole world, how they identify this plagiarism. What we have seen so far is plagiarism, different aspects of the plagiarism. Now, this plagiarism types, which is similar little bit 50% with the last slide, but this is in more detail because now throughout the world, when they find that this is plagiarized, they use this different words. So you must know when somebody talks, clone. Clone is a plagiarism. Now what is clone? Submitting another's word for word as one's own. Dicto, same, cloning. Replica, reflection, mirror में खड़े हो, same. वो भी उल्टा दिखाता है, हाथ आप राइट में किया तो वो लेफ्ट वाला रेज करता है. क्लोन, डिक्टो. सेकंड, कंप्यूटर सभी लोगों को ये तो बिल्कुल पता होगा कि क्या है वो. कंट्रोल, कॉपी, पेस्ट. Contains significant portions of text from the single source without alteration. वो तो word to word हो गया. अभी नया एडिटिंग का चक्कर, पूरे पेपर में 4-5 जगह से कॉपी करके एक बिल्कुल अच्छा बन गया, called CTRLC. Find and replace. Next, changing keywords and phrases but retaining the essential content of the source. So this is another find replace. डिक्शनरी लगाते हैं, वर्ड पे जाते हैं, पेस्ट करते हैं, राइट क्लिक, सिनोनिमस, निकल गया सिनोनिमस. निकालते हैं, वहां रिप्लेस करते हैं. फाइंड एंड रिप्लेस. रीमिक्स. And then this is very common in films, videos, music. So you don't say that plagiarism is only what we are talking in case of a literature or because you are doing research or PhD. It's very common everywhere and all things are called as a plagiarism. So if somebody is doing in music, it's also a plagiarism. So remix, paraphrases from multiple sources made to fit together. We will come. What is paraphrasing, how to do it and how to come out of this plagiarism. Next, recycle, borrows generously from the writer's previous work without citation. ये भी अभी नया चक्कर हो गया है. मैं खुद 2 पेपर लिखता हूं और वहां 2 पेपर का कंबाइंड 3rd पेपर निकलता है, मेरा ही. सिंपल. बोलते हैं अभी प्लेजरिज्म किधर है? खुद का ही तो है मेरा ओरिजिनल. पहला पेपर है, दूसरा पेपर है और तीसरा निकाला. बाद में 1, 2, 3 करके 4 निकालूंगा. मैं काफी क्रिएटिव हूं इसके चक्कर में. नो, इट इज ऑल्सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ, इट इज प्लेजरिज्म. सो again putting something which I have already done, again something new, is also plagiarism. So recycling. Next is hybrid. Combines perfectly cited sources with copied passages without citation. Again, that citation, we'll come to know what is the citation in detail. Seventh, mashup. Mixes copied material from multiple sources. Next, 404 error. वो भी आपको शायद पता रहेगी 404 error क्यों उसको टाइटल दिया है. If you go on a computer and if you click on somebody's web page, then the error comes is the 404 error. Includes citations to non-existence or inaccurate information about source. So you click something, especially somebody's university site, एग्जामिनेशन टाइम टेबल, वहां तक आप अच्छे पहुंचते हैं. एग्जामिनेशन टाइम टेबल एंटर करो, ब्लैंक पेज, और ऊपर लिखते हैं सर्वर एरर 404. मतलब ये अननोन है, किसी को पता ही नहीं है, तो 404 है. नेक्स्ट, 9th इज एग्रीगेटर. मिसलीड करने के लिए, सोर्स ही गलत, रफू चक्कर. एक पैराग्राफ लेना है, कोई आइडेंटिफाई करेगा तो उसके नीचे करेक्ट नाम नहीं लिखना है, किसी और का नाम लिखना है. मतलब एक्स का पैराग्राफ और सोर्स बताया वाई का, गुमराह. इज ऑल्सो प्लेजरिज्म. पीपल सी हाउ दे आर क्रिएटिव, वेरी क्रिएटिव. किसी को फंसाने के लिए क्या क्या करते हैं. सो एग्रीगेटर. एंड देन लास्ट, retweet. Includes proper citation but relies too closely on the text original wording and or structure. Retweet is you repeat into the thing, relook into the thing. So these are 10 very common errors which people they are making, whether they are writing a PhD thesis, whether they are writing a simple essay in the school, or whether they are writing a research paper, or they are making some new song, music, some new album, video. These are the identified 10 common types of plagiarism. So you know, now the time will come, if our university really improves with whatever the suggestions we are giving, then our reviewers form, we got our reviewers form, evaluator form. There they will request us, sir, when you are evaluating PhD thesis, what you do, just make a mention of some error which we are talking of. So then the time will come where after reading the PhD thesis, I will have to write 6 hybrid or 8 404 error. So then the university will come to know where your research falls. I hope I'm not wasting your time. So slowly now, as I have said in Singapore, the teachers they have become smart, the students they have become smart. So such kind of the schooling you will find. Now they are all aware. Slowly their remarks, everything, they are in this manner. Okay, next. Naturally now it must have given more attention to you. What happens if I plagiarize? जेल में जाना है, पुलिस घर में आ जाएंगे, या कोई मेरा गाइड ही रात को आके बैठेगा कि भाई क्या किया, क्या यूनिवर्सिटी मेरे को निकाल देगी, या पीएचडी बोलेंगे जला दो उसको. क्या होगा, क्या अभी किया तो है, न करे इसके लिए ये करते हैं, लेकिन किया हुआ है, या फिर भी दिमाग में है इतना सब करने के बाद, नहीं अभी समझ में आ गया, अच्छी चोरी करूंगा, करना है तो. ये इतना वीक क्यों रहूं मैं, स्ट्रॉन्ग बनूंगा चोर. किसी को जेब में तो हाथ नहीं डालूंगा. किसी को फोन तो नहीं कर रहा हूं, उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? तो ignorance of a law is never an excuse. जैसे कि मैं बोलता था टीचर को या कोई दूसरा स्टूडेंट बोलता था या उनके पेरेंट्स को जब भी बुलाया जाता है पीटी या व्हाट इज द पेरेंट टीचर्स एसोसिएशन मीटिंग कि नहीं मेरा बच्चा इग्नोरेंट है बेचारा, 3 दिन से भूखा है। क्यों भाई भूखा है? दिन रात वो ऐसे ही रहता करता था। जैसे कि किसी ने बताया कि मैं सोचता था, तो सोचता मतलब 4 घंटे तो सोचता ही है बेचारा, न खाता है न पीता है। तो उसको जरा माफ करो, एक्सक्यूज करो, क्योंकि वो तो बेचारा इग्नोरेंट है। नो, संजय दत्त को याद करो, कोई भी इग्नोरेंट नहीं, कोई भी इग्नोरेंट नहीं, बिकॉज अ बेसिक principle in the law says that ignorance of a law is never an excuse, it's not an excuse. So, plagiarism is not a crime. It's not a crime, of course, at least so far, per se. But in academia and industry, it is a serious moral offense, and cases of plagiarism can constitute copyright infringement. Okay. Now again, different words we are using like citation, paraphrasing, then again copyright. We will slowly come to those all points, and then there will be a clear picture. But definitely, it is not a crime. तो पुलिस के चक्कर में तो आप नहीं आ जाओगे, कोई लॉयर को आपको अपॉइंट नहीं करना पड़ेगा अभी तक. So that way we are safe. It's not crime today. क्योंकि पुलिस स्टेशन में आपको मालूम होगा there are different types of the crime, whether it is bailable, non-bailable, whether you can register the complaint or you don't register the complaint. FIR कभी-कभी होता है, तो it's a recognizable offense. कोई रिफ्यूज करता है कि नहीं यार ये तो छोटा कंप्लेंट है, we don't take such kind of a complaint, तो it's not a crime. Okay, next. But in academics, as we said, it's a moral offense. So, academic punishment. अभी के ज़माने में plagiarism, you will find academic punishments. Now, what is this academic punishment? You can read. I need not read out everything. It's very clear. Next. Next. Okay. Now, see, these are the 3 types of the punishment. First and the last, people are now doing it all over the world. In India still, we always follow the world, तो अपना थोड़ा स्लो चलता है, अच्छी बात है अपने लिए. But all over the world, even in schools, if you visit any website of any foreign world school, international school in foreign countries, they have a clear-cut guidelines. If you visit any website of any international university, maybe Oxford or any Delhi University, you will find there is a small section talking about the plagiarism. So if you do it, what is the academic institutional punishment? We will cancel your paper or thesis, we will refuse to accept it, we will remove you, debar you from this course, we will ask you to resubmit, we will ask you to give some fine, we will ask your guide to do something, etc. etc. जैसे कि मेरी भी टीचर करती थी, कोई स्टूडेंट उसको नहीं लाइक करता था, वो बेचारे को टारगेट करती थी और उसकी जो नोटबुक है वो नोटबुक ऐसे फेंक देती थी स्टाइल से. मेरे को याद है अभी तो मेरी टीचर. क्यों? क्या कहां से लाया है? ये बाजू वाले का तू कॉपी किया है, मेरे को मालूम है, चल नेक्स्ट टाइम ये मत कर, फेंक देती थी. कल मेरे को नया चाहिए. एकेडमिक पनिशमेंट, उसके चक्कर में वो एकेडमिक पनिशमेंट है. अब ये नहीं हो सकता है क्योंकि पीएचडी थीसिस 300 पेजेस का होता है और बेचारे उसको उठा नहीं सकेगी, फेंकने की तो अलग बात है. तो एक एकेडमिक पनिशमेंट, इंस्टीट्यूशनल पनिशमेंट हर एक वेबसाइट में आप देखेंगे तो यू विल हैव दीज पनिशमेंट्स। अपने वेबसाइट अलग रहते हैं, अपने वेबसाइट में कंपलसरी करता है यूनिवर्सिटी, अब एंटी रैगिंग का कंपलसरी है, अपने यहाँ अलग है, अपने सोच ही अलग है। आपके यहाँ सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट का कमिटी है क्या, वो डालो वेबसाइट पे। कोई आपके यहाँ तंबाकू सिगरेट पीता है क्या, उसके लिए कुछ रूल डालो। अपने अलग अलग रूल रहते हैं। ये बहुत हम लोग उसके आगे पहुंच गए हैं या बहुत पीछे है, दोनों में एक है। I hope I am making some sense in what I am talking. So our rules, websites are like that. If we don't do it, like in our case, when we are not uploaded anti-ragging some rules, they are derecognized. से लेटर आ गया, तुम्हारे यहाँ नहीं है, नेक्स्ट ईयर से कोर्स मत चलाओ। अरे बाप रे, तो फिर हम लोगों ने पूरा वो सब कुछ लगाया, फोटो वीडियो निकाला, उनको भेज दिया कि भाई ठीक है, सब कुछ अच्छा है, कोई रैगिंग नहीं करता है, हमारे इतने अच्छे स्टूडेंट है, देखो बोले ठीक है चलो। ये कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए कुछ भी रूल नहीं है हमारे में, बट वी आर मैचिंग टू द इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स। वी डोंट नो, somebody will come and will put those rules in place, and then what happens is those rules come with the retrospective effect, means from the beginning, तो वो चक्कर में चले जाएंगे आप। Okay, so second one, legal punishment. In other countries of the world where the federal law we have referred, there it is a crime, but not exactly it comes in plagiarism, it comes under the copyright. There is a thin line, difference line between the plagiarism and then the copyright. तो आप यहाँ से थोड़ा इधर चले जाएंगे, तो then you will have a copyright problem, and then all the legal punishment starts. Now, what is that will come to know. And that is what we are taking a precaution. Prevention is better than cure. That I should not do this. So slowly I will not go to the copyright problem and will be facing a problem in a court of law. So second part, what the whole lecture we are trying to do is basically not to do what is that, but slowly I should not go to that level where I will attract the legal punishments. Next. It's a very important question. तो आप सोचेंगे कि भाई फिर मैं कंप्यूटर किस लिए ले लिया हूँ? मैं सोचता था रात को 10 बजे खाना पीना खा के लड़के बच्चे सो गए, तो यही काम करना है अपने को 1 घंटा रात को 10 बजे के बाद। जाओ गूगल पे सर्च करो, चलो नया नया क्या क्या चल रहा है पता करो, बीच में कुछ चैटिंग करो, चलो हो गया अपना रिसर्च, वेब बेस्ड रिसर्च, गूगल बेस्ड रिसर्च अपना। क्योंकि इंडिया में एकेडमिक रिसर्च है, एप्लीकेशन वाइज रिसर्च तो है ही नहीं, only it is in pure science. If you do anything in commerce, management, arts, application, no application. लाइब्रेरी में सीधा 2 कॉपीज भेज देते हैं, एक आपके घर में, एक गाइड के घर में, और एक आपको सर्टिफिकेट. That's it. It is over. Then that ornament you wear. Before that I was called Sunil Karve, now there is Dr.Sunil Karve. जैसे नाना पाटेकर को कल तक खाली नाना पाटेकर बोलते थे, अभी हर एक इंटरव्यू में बोलते हैं पद्मश्री नाना पाटेकर. फर्क पड़ता है डॉक्टर का भी, लेना देना कुछ नहीं. तो ये सब क्यों फिर, क्यों कंप्यूटर, क्यों मैंने कोर्स किया MSCIT का आफ्टर 10 years ऑफ सर्विस, कुछ नहीं आता था, फिर भी जबरदस्ती सब कुछ करने लगा. लैपटॉप लाया हस्बैंड ने, तो कुछ ऐसी चीज है चीज है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ पब्लिक डोमेन. सो द नॉलेज which is there in the public domain, you can use it. It never comes under the plagiarism. You can freely use that knowledge. Then what is the knowledge in public domain? Please. You can read, no problem. Okay, so from there you can borrow such kind of the information, knowledge. They are not copyright protected. Copyright protected, many times you must have seen that C or circle. अभी क्या हुआ उसका बाद में मैं बताता हूँ आपको. यहाँ तक आपका नॉलेज है, अच्छी बात है. वो कॉपीराइट का क्या हो गया मैं बताता हूँ आपको. So these are not copyright protected, freely available, public domain. तो अभी नया चक्कर हो जाएगा, उसके बाद में आप बोलेंगे सर आप बोलते हो तो पब्लिक डोमेन का नॉलेज है, आपको किसने बताया मैंने चोरी की है? ये तो प्लेजरिज्म है ही नहीं, क्योंकि तो पब्लिक डोमेन है. तो पीपल विल नाउ स्टार्ट प्लेइंग विद द पब्लिक डोमेन. तो ये नहीं है ऐसी बात पब्लिक डोमेन की. अभी लेट अस डिफरेंशिएट by giving some example that where the plagiarism comes and where the copyright comes and where the public domain comes. I'll give you the example. If you want to see, I think, sure. For example, somewhere I come to know that carrots, they contain vitamin E. Okay, so this is the statement. Carrot contains vitamin E. आपको भी पता होगा, उनको भी पता होगा, उनको भी पता होगा, उनको भी पता होगा, उनको भी पता होगा. Carrot contains vitamin E. आप गूगल पे जाओगे तो गूगल पे भी पता चलेगा carrot contains vitamin E. So this statement, this information, this knowledge comes under the what you call as a public domain. So you can get same information from multiple sources. What is multiple sources? Everybody knows. Each book make mentions of it. Each website talks about it. Carrot contains vitamin E. And in my paper or in my PhD or in my speech, if I write carrot contains vitamin E, the question comes that whether I have plagiarized. I have not plagiarized. Whether I have done some copyright infringement? No. Whether I have crossed some copyright laws? No. Whether I will attract some copyright provisions? Whether I will attract any punishment? No. Why? Because this knowledge is a public domain knowledge. Is it clear what is public domain knowledge? Now, Gopal, my friend, I remember in school days, he has written an essay and then he has made a statement that well fish lives in sea water. Do you think he has made any copyright problem, copyright issue? Whether he has plagiarized something? No. Everybody knows. Well lives in the ocean, sea, deep sea. Anybody you ask, any book if you open, any poem also if you open and read, they will talk about this. है या नहीं? अरे हाँ तो बोलो यार, इधर तो बजट में इसके ऊपर टैक्स नहीं लगाया है अभी तक हंसने के लिए, आंसर देने के लिए, हाँ ना बोलने के लिए, कुछ भी नहीं. Okay, so he has not made any mistake. Abhi now I'll take you to the next step. Vitamin A wala, E wala, carrot. Then I have mentioned by eating more carrots, it leads to a constipation. Eating more carrots, your fat gets reduced by 15%. That Gopal, he writes in his essay that whale eats grass. He writes whale eats small fishes. Whale lays egg in a deep water. Are you following? फर्स्ट कैरेट वाला जब तक मैं ई विटामिन की बात कर रहा था तभी था वो पब्लिक डोमेन में. अभी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ई विटामिन मतलब ज्यादा कैरेट खाने से ये होता है वो होता है. What I am doing is now a problem of a copyright, plagiarism. तो इसके लिए प्लेजरिज्म मैं कर रहा हूँ या नहीं कर रहा हूँ, सिंपल कैसे फाइंड आउट करना है, टेस्ट क्या है उसकी. सिंपल एक क्वेश्चन पूछो खुद को ही कि ये जो मैं लिख रहा हूं तो वो लिखने के पहले मुझे ये मालूम था या नहीं. आई होप आई एम मेकिंग एनी सेंस. तो गोपाल बोलेगा कि नहीं यार ये तो मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं था ये वेल ऐसा करते हैं, ये मैंने तो कहां पे पढ़ा था. पढ़ा था ना, बराबर है, पकड़ा गया. So whether I was knowing this before? No. Before I mentioned this, I was not. I was knowing this, and now I am mentioning. तो plagiarism हो गया. विटामिन एम के बारे में मैं ई के बारे में बोलने चालू किया आगे, plagiarism हो गया. So then what is my duty? My duty is to tell the people that look here, carrot contains vitamin E. Eating more of a carrot leads to the reduction of a fat to the extent of 60%. ये फलाना फलाना आदमी ने नाइजीरिया में रिसर्च करके बताया है. Having more carrots, your skin gets damaged. Plagiarism, because I was not knowing this. Somebody was knowing this, वो मैंने पढ़ा और मैं आपको बता रहा हूं. तो मेरी ड्यूटी क्या है कि भाई ये फलाना फलाना कोई आदमी था अमेरिका में, वो काफी कैरेट ही दिन भर खाता था और बाद में पता चला कि उसकी स्किन डैमेज हो गई. मैं आपको बता रहा हूं भाई ये मत करो, कैरेट सस्ते हो गए मतलब 2 किलो मत खाओ. Got my point? So plagiarism and public domain, there is again a difference. So in your research paper, in your speeches, in your talk, in your PhD thesis, you can freely use the public domain knowledge. Public domain knowledge which is available everywhere, freely, multiple sources. Okay, next.